Hello everyone, this is David from China. Welcome to my channel. I hope all of you are doing really well. So in today's short video, we're gonna do a small project using HTML, CSS and simple JavaScript. So let's see the overview of today's video. If I reload the page, as you can see, it is loading progress bar, and when the loading finishes, it will just disappear. If you are making web application or web game, you have to include this part in your project, and then it will look more professional. So firstly, let's get started. After finishing this project, you can also do that. In my Sublime text, I created a new file and I will give the name of index.html. As it is simple small project, I want to include my HTML, CSS and JavaScript codes in one file. So I will just say HTML, the main text, and I will give the ID title of loader. I don't have to link my CSS or JavaScript here. So inside my body, I want to create a div and it should have the ID of, let's say, main, because this is going to be my main div. After that, I want to have one more div and it should have the ID of loader. So inside this loader div, I want to have paragraph and it should have the text of loading inside it. Loading. So as you can see in our ready-made project, there is a text loading. So in your code, it should be inside this paragraph. That's it for our, let's say, HTML. Now I can just give CSS codes using style tag in my HTML. So between these style tags, let's say the body should have the margin of 0. So now I want to give style to the div with the ID of main, so it should have the position of, let's say, absolute. So after that, it should have the background of, let's say, black. So the background color should be black and the color should be hexadecimal color FFF. It is white color. And then the width should be 100% and the minimum height, let's say, should be 100 VH. So after that, I want to use this flex box, so I will say display flex. So that's it for my main div. So now I want to give design to my div with the ID of loader. So it should have the margin of, let's say, auto. So it should be auto, and then it should have the width of, let's say, 280 pixels. So after that, it should have the height of 30 pixels. That's enough for me. And the background color should be RGBA 255, 255, 255, 0.1. Opacity should be 0.1. So the position should be, let's say, relative to the main div, and then the border radius should be 4 pixels. So now I want to give the design to my loader div, and after the animation it should be something like this. So in order to do that, we'll say loader 2 dots and then before. So I will just type before. So it should have the content of empty content like this. So it should have the position of, let's say, absolute. So the background color should be, let's say, green. This is my animation color. So after that, it should have the width of 0% and the height of, let's say, 30 pixels. And the animation, let's say, animation, I will give the name of loader to my animation, and it should take 10 seconds to finish this animation. After that, I want to have the border radius of the same 4 pixels. So after that, I want to give design to my paragraph inside the div with the ID of loader. So let me do like this. So this paragraph should have the, let's say, margin of 0, and the line height should be, let's say, 30 pixels, and the font size should be 18 pixels, and then font weight should be bolder, and after that the position should be absolute, and after that we allow it to display flexbox. So I want to say left should be 50%, So let me do 50%, and the transform should be translate x minus 50%. So that's it. We gave the name of loader to our animation, so we can track the animation using keyframes. So I will just say keyframes loader. So when the loader is 90% progress, it should have the width of, let's say, 100%, and the opacity should be 2. So when the progress is 100%, it should have the width of still 100%, but the opacity should be, let's say, 0. So let's see whether it's working or not. I will just go to my desktop and open the file with the name of index.html. As you can see, it is working, but there is one problem. When this loading finishes, it will not disappear. So we should get rid of it. So I will just create a script tag after style tag. So I want to write a small JavaScript function. So let's say function, let's give the name of loader as it's loading. So I will declare a variable with the name of loader. It should be document dot get element by id. So the id is loader, it is our second div. So I want to get rid of it, so I can say loader dot display style firstly dot display should be none. So let's check. So I want to run the function, so I will just say loader, and when the user enters the page, it will run the function. So let's see what will happen. As you can see, if I reload the page, I cannot see this loading animation. So what I want to do is that I want to run this function after 9 or 10 seconds, and then my animation will finish within 10 or 9 seconds. So in order to do that, I will just set timeout to the function. So I will just set timeout. So the function loader should run after 9 seconds, let's say. So this measure is in milliseconds. So in order to say 9 seconds, so we should write the number of 9,000. And then it will be 9,000 milliseconds, and it will be 9 seconds. So let's see whether it's working or not. As you can see, if I reload the page, the animation is going. So after 9 seconds, this thing should disappear when the animation finishes, like this. So it is working. So if you are doing a project and if you want to include this part, so let's say after animation you want to, you want to show your image or other elements of your HTML. So you can just write them here, and you can just say style.display should be block or inline, something like that. And then when the animation finishes, those things will disappear. So that's it for today's project. I hope you liked the project. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Do not forget to share the video. More and more projects, cooler and cooler projects are coming. So see you in the next video.